Hey there, I'm Alyssa from Tiny Pine Creative, and I design Wix websites, social, and business templates for freelancers, side hustlers, and entrepreneurs. This channel is going to be all about building your very own website, just some basic design, creating templates for your business, and overall entrepreneur advice. I want to share what's helped me build my business so you can do the same for yours. Hey guys, Alyssa here from Tiny Pine Creative, and today we are talking about the 5 ways that you can save time as a new entrepreneur, and honestly even as a seasoned entrepreneur. I know just as well as anyone how much there is to do when you start your own business, and you have probably found yourself working long days only to continue working at night, and that's just not realistic and not healthy for anyone. You can't keep it going. You have to figure out a different way. I've been there and I know firsthand how hard it can be and how it just doesn't work. So I put together my best tips to help you save time as an entrepreneur so you can rid of some of that stress you're feeling. The healthier you are, the healthier your business will be. All right, let's get started. Okay, so tip number 1 is to stop trying to do everything and just to pick 2 or 3 things to focus on at a time. So I'm guessing that you probably have a handful of business owners that you look up to. You know, you probably follow them on Pinterest, on Instagram, and other social channels, and you kind of watch their journey and what they're going through. And that's great. It's so good to have people that inspire you, but it can also be really easy to compare yourself to their success and how they seem to show up on every single channel and how they write blog posts every day or every week, how they manage to send out personal emails at least 3 times a week. They just seem like they have it all together. But here's the thing. When you first start out, it's nearly impossible to do all of that. Trust me, I tried and it just doesn't work. You'll get into a rhythm eventually, and with some hard work and dedication, you'll get to where you want to be, but it takes time and you can't do it all at once. You'll get yourself into a position of burnout. You'll feel burnout over and over again, and you're just not going to grow like you want to. Those people that you see and follow and you love, they've probably been in the entrepreneur game for a couple years. They're not new to this. So instead of trying to do what they're doing right off the bat, I suggest you pick 2 or 3 things to focus on to build your business. So that can be platforms or social channels, however you want to look at it. But, as an example, maybe that's Pinterest, blog posts, and list building. So maybe those are the 3 things you focus on, and you do everything in your power to get them running and to get them running well. Eventually you can automate, which we'll talk about later in this presentation. But, instead of trying to do 10 things every day and focus on 10 things in your business, especially if you're side hustling, I really suggest you pick just 2 or 3. And once you've learned those platforms you've chosen, you can start to add others in. But it's going to take some time. You have to develop a system that works. But soon enough, you're going to be the entrepreneur that people are looking up to. Okay, so tip number 2 is to plan and batch your content each week, month, or quarter. So a confession, I had a really hard time getting blog content done when I first started my business. I would usually choose a random afternoon to work on a blog post without any idea of a topic, no previous planning. I would just kind of dive into it after I had already worked a full workday. And I was basically starting from scratch. I had no idea of the topic. I didn't outline the content. I didn't do the research. And then I would finally, get to that afternoon and have to do all of that and then write the blog post. Not to mention, everything you have to do to market the blog post. It just wasn't a good method, and I don't want you to fall into that, because unfortunately that's how a lot of us go about it. Either because we don't know better or we think that we're just not going to do well with batching content. But here's the thing. It really does work, and I definitely just want you to try it 1 month. Or, I'm going to talk about this in months, but you can really do this however you want. I just suggest you don't go past, a quarter, because you don't really know what you're going to want to be writing or talking about in, past 3 months from now. So let's look at it with months. So at the beginning of each new month, I want you to sit down, take a look at your calendar, and set aside time for 1 content planning and 2 content creation. So you can kind of decide how you do this. The way I do it is I take my time for planning in the beginning of the month. So I'll sit down and I'm like, okay, I need 4 posts written this month or 4 videos created this month. What do I want them to be about? I'll write them down and outline them. I don't go crazy with the outline. It's not like a full blog post. It's just topic ideas, subtopic ideas, and such. So then I set aside some time each week where I'm going to batch content. So sometimes I need to do it every week. Sometimes I need to do it every other week. Sometimes I only need to do it once a week that month if I can fit everything in. So that day I'll sit and for me it's video recording, but for you it might be blog posting, or I'm sorry, writing blog posts. But I'll sit and I'll completely map out each video, create the PowerPoint, record the video, create the blog post that goes with it, create the image, create the graphic that I want on Pinterest, and so forth. So if you set aside time to do both of those at a different time during the month, you will be so surprised at how much you can get done. You'll have, once you have it planned in your calendar, you'll go in with the right mindset, ready to get it done, and you'll batch it out a lot quicker than you realize. I also suggest that you take a little bit of time in your calendar to promote as well. So make sure you put a little bit of time down for content promotion. Okay, so tip number 3 is to purchase templates instead of trying to create everything from scratch. I know when you're first starting out that you just don't want to spend a lot of money, and I get that, but I also know from experience that some things that don't fit into your skill set are much better outsourced. Things like building a website, designing social posts, creating templates to on and offboard your clients, stuff like that. It takes a lot of time to learn how to design those things. And it's kind of a waste of your time. Like, you could be doing other things for your business, getting new clients, doing actual client work, scheduling social media. There's so much you could be doing that I'm sure you need to get done if you don't waste your time doing things that just aren't in your skill set. So lucky for you, professional designers create templates that you can purchase for super affordable prices. You can customize them to your liking and make them match your business. No one would have any idea that you didn't create that yourself or have someone create it specifically for your business. To find templates like this, you're going to want to look on places like Creative Market and Etsy. You could also do a search on Pinterest that will take you to probably one of those 2 sites or to a designer's site, their website alone. And since we're talking about social templates, I just want to let you know that I have 3 free Pinterest templates and 3 free Instagram templates for you to get on my website. Go to tinypinecreative.com and you'll see it right underneath that banner image on the home page. This is an awesome offer. You can actually see the templates on the screen right now. And you can use these to get started with your business, to get started with your online presence, or even if you have one and just need some more templates, you can grab these. They're completely free and they're in Canva format. Canva you can use for free as well. It's super easy to edit. So yeah, I'll put the link in the description below. Okay, I talked about automating a little bit before, but now I really want to get into it with tip number 4. So doing everything manually is just not an option when you're first starting out, or honestly ever in your business. It's just too much for one person to do. So the more you automate, the more time you have for growth and your actual client work, or whatever else you need to do. So for instance, a couple things you could do are use Tailwind to automate your Pinterest posts, use a system or a platform like Hootsuite or another social media scheduler. You can use ConvertKit for your emails. These are just a few ideas. There are a ton of platforms out there that help you to get everything automated. If you try to manually post and update your list and send out emails every day or every week, you're not going to be able to keep up. If you do the work ahead of time and set it up for it to be automated, you're going to be getting leads in all the time with only having to have done the work once. And what if you get sick? What if you need to take a day off? What if you're planning a vacation? Once you have everything automated, you don't have to worry about any of that. Your business will continue to grow. All right, guys, let's finish strong here with tip number 5, which is to stop multitasking. See, I can't even say it, because it will get you nowhere. This one is very close to number one. I know that, but I had to include it because it's so important. Just stop doing it. It's that simple. When you try to do numerous tasks at once, you don't focus your energy on what really needs to get done. And you know what the result is? Half-assed work. And unfortunately, people can tell, your followers can tell, your audience can tell, your clients can tell. So multitasking, to avoid it, it really just all comes down to planning. Take the time to plan out your month, your week, your day, and set aside some time for each individual task. If you ever heard of the Pomodoro method, that's great to do. It's like 25 minutes of focus work time, 5 minutes of a 5-minute break, 25 minutes of focus work time, 5-minute break. And you can set each Pomodoro for a specific task, or perhaps you'll need, 3 Pomodoros to get that task done. Don't do things while you're taking a conference call. Each task needs your undivided attention for you to get the best results. I do have one exception to this rule. If you're doing mindless tasks, such as maybe like uploading files or making edits that you don't really have to focus on, you could multitask by listening to a business podcast at the same time. That's probably actually going to help you grow as a business owner. But I only suggest doing this if it's very mindless task and if it doesn't need your careful attention. Otherwise, just stop multitasking. For some reason, I just could not get that one out. Sorry, guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching. That's it for today. If you liked what you saw, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and to visit our website at tinypinecreative.com. I'd also love for you to come say hi on Instagram. That's where I hang out online. It's at tinypinecreative. Shoot me a DM and let's connect. All right, everyone. I'll see you guys in the next video.